What is going on, dudes? How you guys doing? Welcome to my Banished Let's Play series, episode number 25. Woot! I am TheeRealDuke. I hope you guys had a great weekend. How you guys doing? You guys doing alright? You guys still rocking out some fun with the Banished video game? I'm having a great time with it. I've been playing it for a little bit here. I played maybe 6 or 7 years without recording. I honestly, this is the kind of game you can just kind of get in the zone, But I was thinking about a couple things about the game, and I was kind of thinking about maybe making some moves, maybe changing stuff up a little bit here with how I'm doing the Let's Play series. So what I did was, and I'm cruising around right now. I'm waiting for, and I'll tell you more about what I've been up to. But you can see how high my population is. It's pretty high. Resources are all looking good. Food is a touch low, but that's it's like always a problem. But we're working on that now, so that's not a big deal. It's also a little low because it's 140,000, not low. It's also a little low because I switched up. So I get into what I was doing later. First, what I wanted to just talk about real quick was the achievements here, right? And this is, I feel like if I can bang out all these achievements, that I could really, not put the game to rest, because I feel like this is a game I would really like to play for a really long time. I don't want to say forever, but especially with modding coming out soon from Shining Rock, from the one developer. I think it could be really incredible. I think there's a lot of places to go. Like, there's no rice crop. There's nothing really Asian about it, and there doesn't have to be. This clearly looks like a Western civilization type thing, but I could see, an Asian kind of thing happening, which would be awesome. We could trade bamboo, silk, rice. Spices. Spice could be a thing. We could do different kinds of spices, and it doesn't necessarily it doesn't have to be Asia, like Far East, Korea, Japan, China. It could also be India, maybe some Near East type stuff. That could be cool. Tea would be a big one. What other ideas did I think of? I don't know. I had a couple ideas. Anyway, also for being a Western civilization, there's ales, but there's no wine, and wine is ancient. There could be honey. You can make mead. You could have bees, apiaries. Anyway, these things have all been done for thousands of years, so they still fit in this kind of timeline. But anyway, the most difficult ones that I could think of were the population ones, really. Uneducated, I don't know how I didn't do that. Jack of all trades. Going through the last, Tombstone, that's just build more graveyards. Blacksmith, I feel like I've done that already, but that's fine. I didn't do this. Shouldn't be too hard. But a lot of them are just like build a couple more buildings like this. All I'd have to do is put these items in a trading post, and I would get that one. So I am going to go on and clean these up. I don't know if I'll get them, on camera or not. But what I was thinking was, and this is it's not famous. I don't want to say famous, but this one is just a waiting game here. I don't want to say famous, but the most notable one, or what appears to be the most difficult one, is the Mountain Men. And I don't know if I've said this before, but I've done it a couple times. And it's not that it's challenging, but right now I think this is one of the most interesting and fun ways to play it. Survive or fail. I think that's the most interesting one. So I think what I'm thinking is maybe putting Dukesburg on hold for a second. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about putting Dukesburg, maybe put Dukesburg on hold for a second. Because, I chose the large map size, and I think it relieves one of the pressures that might make the game a little bit more challenging. It's not that the game is easy, because it's still throwing me curveballs. I'm not saying that. I don't think I'm that great that, it's boring for me. But I think because it's so big, I've just been able to have my city sprawl across it and not really concern myself too much with organization. Right, so I mean, I do have little pockets of city centers, but there are a couple spots around town. Let's see if I can get to one here where stuff doesn't make sense. This is a good one here. It's like a weird smattering of things in this area. Like, that's kind of strange. Where else? I mean, this is kind of an odd layout here. It's somewhat of a city center, but then it just goes right into things like these, you know, pastures. So I think the game would be much more challenging if I was forced to really worry about where I put things, how I organize things. So what I want to do is the Mountain Man challenge. If I could, let me just bring that up again real quick here. What is it? It's up towards the top right. So it says, using a harsh climate and a small mountainous map, maintain a population of 50 people for 20 years. What I would like to do is do that on hard. That's the challenge. So I think that is a series that I'm going to start up. I'm going to give it a shot. I may kick it in next episode, see how far I can get. Or I might do another 1 or 2 episodes of this. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking about. But for this episode, that's coming in the future, it occurred to me. So I thought I'd throw it out there to you guys. In this episode, what I've been doing recently is I've been focusing on the food, and we're a little low on food coming out of winter. Let's go to check out our levels. So looks like last year we only produced 109,041 food. No idea why. Probably early frost or early frost in the autumn or late frost in the spring that kind of put the kibosh on there. But we've been producing 120,000 food, 150,000 food. So we should only be off by a couple thousand. We'll just keep an eye on it for another year. We'll check back around autumn to see how we're doing there. But what I've been doing was I've been finding, and this, the general goods merchant is my hero right now. So I've been using the general goods merchant to bring orders of stone, coal, iron, tools. I don't really need tools. I just get them because they help me save coal. And they're cheap. They're really cheap. Because you need one coal and one iron. They're usually selling the coal and the iron for like 15, and the steel tools are coming in at like 10 a piece. So I snatch them every time I can. Pro tip. Anyway, so what I've been basically doing is keeping the log and firewood numbers up as high as I can. These dudes are ripping through logs pretty much more effectively. What was happening was, because my food store numbers were so high, all of my storage barns were full, and that caused a couple of problems that I think we need to be careful of. The first problem with them being full is that there's nowhere to put stuff, right? Obviously. The second problem is that the villagers will travel to the closest place they can put things. And so if that happens to be a barn with 20% storage left, but it's across the map, that is a massive decrease in efficiency, which we simply cannot abide. So it's not enough to just throw storage barns wherever. You have to actually, so these two are full here still. So I'm going to throw in 2 more. You have to throw them near where the full ones are. Otherwise, people are just going to be walking really far. And that is going to be defeating several purposes. So keep that in mind if that happens. Try not to let it happen. I went a little gung-ho. Getting some good logs out of there. Went a little gung-ho with the amount of food I was storing up. And I simultaneously let my population dip a little bit. So that's how that happened. And I'm going to let this 197 number get down to maybe 150. That's what I'm looking at now. That'll help smooth this stuff out. In the meantime, I am just, again, the general goods merchants. So, another point. General goods merchants, when you place an order from, let's say, a resource merchant, and he shows up with stone, it will be more expensive than if you had a general goods merchant show up with stone, because they normally have lower prices and you do take a hit. So if you can find a general goods merchant, to bring you that, set it to bring you the stuff every time. So check this out. Oh, these are a little bit more expensive. But I mean, this is awesome. 6 for iron, 7 for coal, 8 for stone. So this is a special order that I placed with this guy. And it's the same price as the normal, as your normal resource merchant. However, I'm allowed to trade food for it. And I have just a crap ton of beans and fish. So I'm just, you know, I'm going to do that. So anyway, I'm going to keep that going. When it gets to late summer, early autumn, and the food starts coming in, maybe mid-autumn, late autumn, I'll bring you guys back in and we'll double check and just make sure the food is doing what it is supposed to be doing. I will be back in just 1 second. You know, I played for like 7 years and no fire. Right before I'm ready to bring you guys back, obviously stuff catches on fire. Freaking whatever. You know, it is also raining outside. Don't understand what that's about. Well, at least it didn't spread very far, so that, I mean, that's, you know, that's nice. Alright. Anyway. So I wanted to bring you guys back. We have the food coming in because it is in fact autumn, so we've already cleared. I'm going to speed up a little bit here. So we've already made much more food than last year. Again, I really don't know what the deal with that was. But here's the number we got to get to. Alright, so we're in early winter, so the number of food produced is going to slow down. I mean, we're still making food, right? Because we still have gatherers and we still have hunters and fishermen and fisherwomen. Still getting that stuff. So that's still coming. And really we don't... I mean, we don't need to beat this number. For growth, we need to beat this number. We just need the produced number to be higher than the used number. So that's what we're concerned with. And I think we might just beat it. I mean, by the skin of our teeth. Overcome that 13,000 food-ish difference. Oh, it's going to be a photo finish. It's in any case, it's still too close. In any case, it is still too close. So let's see if we can add a strip of farms. We're going to do a strip of farms, if we can. I'm going to do 4 farms, let's say. 3,000. Yeah, I think we're going to be like exactly on. So let's do a strip of farms. I'm going to slow this down a little bit again to give me time to get through my trading post to see what's going on. And so I'm going to go through my trading posts. I'm going to get stuff if I can. Then I am going to make a strip of farms. I think we'll be putting them right in this area. So I'm going to actually get people clearing out. Yeah, I'm just going to say remove resources. Take it all. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to say let's throw in a road. Let's bring the road to there. I'm going to throw in a house. A row of houses. I haven't built houses in a couple years here. Actually, I'm just going to put one there kind of as a marker. And then road, and then stockpile. Big one. Big stockpile. Alright. As big as we can make it here. There we go. Alright, then I'm going to do priority on that. Now we'll get them to clear out all the resources here. And I mean, clear it out! Let's go, yeah, you know what? All the way up here. All of this. To there. Clear it out. Get to work. So those dudes are going to be working on that. I'm going to go ahead, again, like I said, I'm going to flip through these, and then I will check back in with you guys. We're also going to check on the poor hunters that lost their hunting cabin. Anyway, be back in a sec. I mean, they are like locusts on this. Look at that. Well, it's, you know, that's what happens when you have 258 laborers. Yeah. Alright, so the landing strip I got here is pretty much done. Looks like a landing strip. Anyway, this crop field is almost done. I'm going to throw another wheat field in there. I like them. I mean, I like the wheat field because they come in later in autumn, and I like beans because they come in earlier in the summer, so I like having a more constant type food supply. And the food numbers are looking low. It's partially because I'm using them to trade, using food to trade for things, so I'm not overly worried about that. Really worried about it at all. I got, let's say, 1,200 food from each of these, and that's, you know, 12 times 6 is, you know, a large number. 7,000 something, 200. 7,200 food coming from just this area if we get decent harvests. So, I mean, that's going to be huge. This number here, my herbs got low, which bummed me out, so I put in 2 more herbalists, and that should more than take care of it. Because they don't use very many herbs. I just wasn't paying attention to it, I think is what happened. And let's see what we got here. Oh, another general goods merchant. So let's go ahead and set up this. Every visit, I want iron, coal. Where's my stone? Let me get some steel tools, some stone. I'll bring logs just in case. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen? So, do you have anything for me now? Iron, coal. Let's get some coal. That's a lot of coal. That is a lot of coal. I have a lot of coal. What am I lowest on? Stone. Do you have any stone? I'm going to conserve resources. If you don't have stone, I'm not in dire need. I'm going to send you on your way. You better bring it back next time. Anyway. So I mean, I think we're in really good shape. Let's check the stats and see what Town Hall is saying about last year. Okay, not great. Not great. This has to be including. Yeah, that's got to be, the used has to be including what we send to the trading posts, because that's just not correct. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Graphs. Let's see if the graphs have any more information for us. That's our overall. And the population is going up. I think this is the highest my population has ever been. Let's take this out. Yeah, it is very high. So anyway, this lower food amount is to be somewhat expected. I'm just going to keep an eye on it for one more year. Just one more year. And we'll see what happens. I'll try not to do too much trading here. We'll see what this number goes to. I'm going to keep smoothing this stuff out. I'm probably going to add another barn or something over here. Storage barn. I also built this dude. It's a tunnel. This will allow people from this side of the mountain to go to this side of the mountain. Which is key. For if they want to do that. I'm actually going to connect this road. Like that. Is that right? Did I do that right? I think I did that right. Give me some wheat in here. Give me 4 more farmers. 3, 4, actually 5 farmers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I know you don't have jobs right now. 5. 5 for you. 5 for you. 5 for you and 5 for you. Alright, so these are all set up. Ready to rock and roll. I don't want to build houses. Yeah, actually I could build some houses now. I think I could stand to build a few houses now. I'm going to build them a little bit close to here. Probably throw a market in and develop this a little bit just so that the people are closer to the farms to help increase efficiency so they don't have to wander so far, because here they start. You see them coming in. I think beans are also good because if the farmers live far away enough, they still will have enough time left in the year to harvest because of the distance that they have to walk. Does that make sense? So anyway, I'm going to keep an eye on this food. I'm going to keep keeping an eye on the food because I've been doing. And then I'll get back to you guys. Well, looky here. We passed our used food for the year by 10,000, which is importante. There are thousands of people living here, over 1,000 people, 1,200, 1,300 people living here, which is cool. We are able to supply enough food for them, which is pretty sweet also. Couple of things that I want to show you guys quickly. Started developing this down here. For some reason, they're not all farmers. Builder, I guess love doesn't discriminate between jobs, which is fine. That's okay. Beans. We got this here, so we can expand this a little bit and get some people in there, which is good. That'll increase our efficiency here, because if you check this out, that was actually okay. The year before, though, it was like 700. So, I guess some of these farmers, maybe this is happening here, which is good. Let's see what we got here quickly. No. Useless. And the general goods merchant. How are we doing on things? We could use more coal. Let's grab some coal. And I'm going to use firewood this time. I happen to know that is it. Keep those 3 units, buddy. I appreciate it. Get out. So anyway, so I did that down here in this area, which is cool. And then I also expanded over into here. So, and I shuffled it up a little bit. I got some corn, some squash, and some cabbage. We have beans. I like beans. Let's get these up to 5. I don't know why they're not. Because I forgot. Anyway. So we are definitely, this is the first year that these are actually going to be producing. I just totally screwed that up. This is the first year that these 4 here are going to be producing food. So that will also increase our overall food supply, and I think we're in really good shape. I don't think I can necessarily call this Dukesburg done, this map done here. But I exceeded all the goals I initially set out to do. Feeling good about it. And remember, we got this far without a quarry and without a mine. I can't stress the kind of bouncing that takes. It is challenging, and it is a lot of fun. So I do encourage you to try doing that. But anyway, that is it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had a good time checking it out. I am glad that you took a second to do that, so thank you. I had a great time bringing it to you. Check out my YouTube channel for other Let's Plays. I have a lot of Minecraft Let's Builds and Minecraft Server Challenge videos. We do some build contests on there, which is kind of cool. So if you're interested in that, definitely check those out. We got those coming out weekly to you guys. So give them a look-see. But again, that is it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do genuinely appreciate every single like, comment, view, and sub. I mean it. I really do. Thanks again, dudes. But that's it for me. TheeRealDuke, and I'm out.